What's up everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name's Dylan. In today's video, we are discussing 30 mistakes that Uber drivers make every day. So if you're an Uber driver, you definitely want to watch this video so you don't make one of these mistakes. And please give the video a big thumbs up before we get started, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss out on any videos that we post, because we post a ton of content. Isn't that right, Izzy?
Yeah.
All right, so before I get started, if you're interested in becoming an Uber or a Lyft driver and you want to get a sign-up bonus or guarantee, we'll have a couple links in the description. But without further ado, let's get started. So the very first mistake that so many Uber drivers make every single day is that they let any single rider in their car without asking them what their name is first. So when you pull up somewhere and let's say it's a crowded area, you want to make sure you have the correct rider. You don't want to just let anybody in your car. So roll down your window, say, hey, what's your name? They'll tell you, oh yeah, I'm Samantha. You don't want to be like, hey, are you Samantha? Beatrice is walking along. She's like, oh, hey, free ride. Yeah, I'm Samantha. She gets in. You're giving the ride to the wrong person. The second mistake that most Uber drivers make is that they don't sign up for guaranteed pay. So there's an app called Solo that's actually giving Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, gig workers the opportunity to make guaranteed pay every single time you go out and drive. So you might make more than that amount on your own, but if you ever don't, they're gonna make sure that you get paid. You know, I've seen $37 an hour, 38 bucks an hour just for signing up to their app. So I'll have a link below to them. Mistake number 3 is that a lot of drivers pick up unaccompanied minors. I've had these requests so many times. I get a ride request from an elementary school. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope this is a teacher. I pull up, it's a 6-year-old. Their parents are ordering an Uber for their kid. You cannot pick up children who are unaccompanied under the age of 18. You could get deactivated for it. Number 4, a lot of drivers will pick up babies and toddlers without car seats or without booster seats. So if you drive, the rider needs to make sure that they are bringing a booster seat for their child or a baby car seat for their baby. You cannot let a passenger hold their baby down the street. For one, it's really illegal. Number 2, it's a huge safety concern. You get in an accident. Number 3, it's against the policy. You could get deactivated for it. 5 is a lot of drivers don't use a sign-up bonus when they sign up for either Uber or for Lyft. And I've mentioned this in other videos, but Uber and Lyft are actually doing retroactive sign-up bonuses. So if you sign up and you never used a referral code, or for Lyft, I've seen now they're doing where if you've driven Lyft in the past, but you haven't driven in a while, you can actually use a sign-up bonus again to get another bonus, which is really cool. So I'll have links below for those. Number 6, a lot of rideshare drivers make this mistake, but they are not using a Tesla or an electric car. They're using gas guzzling cars that cost so much money to maintain. They're actually still paying for oil changes. They're still paying for, gasoline. You have the ability now to get a Tesla or an electric car to drive rideshare. Obviously, I know not everybody can, just go out and buy an electric car, but it is a great alternative, and you actually get paid more money. Isn't that right?
Yeah. So with Uber Green, if you have an electric vehicle, you get paid an extra $1 for every ride. So if you're doing like 4,000 rides in a year, that's an extra $4,000 in a whole year.
4,000 bucks. Izzy, that's incredible. Everybody should go buy Tesla right now. Okay, thanks for that input, Izzy, camera person. You're the best. Mistake number 7, a lot of drivers, I've seen they make this. They don't drive with a schedule. They just sign up and drive whenever. And they're like, Dylan, I signed on the app today. I slept until 2 p.m. and I went on for an hour and I only made $4. Well, you gotta actually set a schedule and be like, I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m., do airport rides till 8. Those are the people who, when they stick to a schedule, they get work done. There's a reason why Warren Buffett, or who's that other guy? Gandhi, Mother Teresa, they wake up at like 2 a.m. They take a shower and do 4 workouts before 5 a.m. Those are the people who get ahead in life and are actually really successful. Or who's that other guy? Andrew Tate? I'm pretty sure he wakes up at like 3 a.m. every day. You gotta stick to a schedule, okay? Stay disciplined.
Yeah, successful people don't sleep in.
Yeah, be like Andrew Tate, okay guys? Be top G of Uber driving. 8 is a lot of drivers don't have a goal. They don't set a goal for how much money they want to make every single day. You should have a number amount of, Dylan, my goal is to make $500 every day. Okay, you might not make that goal every day, but let's say, oh, you had a bad day, you only made $400. That's a lot of money. What would you do with $400, Izzy?
I would invest it.
In Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
Don't invest in Bitcoin, okay guys? You'll lose all your money. Okay, the next mistake that a lot of drivers make is they don't have rideshare insurance. A lot of drivers are actually driving, you know, without the correct policy, and a lot of personal auto insurances do not cover you as a rideshare driver. So, there's a company called Buckle Up. They actually provide drivers with a rideshare insurance policy. They basically, you can cancel your old one and they'll make sure you're covered, you know, all the time, which is really cool. So we have a link below to them, and you can get a special discount or a special unique link with our link. Okay, number 10 is a lot of drivers don't take advantage of the fact that you can get a free tablet and make extra money as a rideshare driver. So come, follow me really quick. I'll show you guys. There is a, oh, we just took it off, but.
Oh.
There's a company called Play Octopus. Look at this, guys, how cool is this? They send you this completely for free. And basically, all you do, guys, is you set it up. Here, I'll show you guys really quick. Set it up. And you stick it right here, and your passengers can play games, and you as a driver start making an extra $100 a month. Literally, I know that was so difficult. That took 10 seconds, and now all of a sudden, you know, I'm paying my whole month's groceries just for having that. If you eat really cheap, you can do it for $100 a month. I know when I'm going to Trader Joe's, I'm spending like $120 now. It's absolutely ridiculous. Inflation. Joe Biden. Putin. I don't know. Who's causing inflation, okay? Who's messing with those numbers? I don't know.
Joe Biden.
No, I don't know. Who cares? Okay. Number 11 is a lot of drivers don't lock the doors at pickup. So come follow me, Izzy. Stop playing with your twiddling your thumbs over there. A lot of people, drivers, they'll make it so, oh, passengers, they just hop right in your car. Oh, I'm gonna jump in. No, you want to make sure your doors are locked at pickup. Why? For safety. You don't want to just, you know, let a random stranger hop in your car, and that might not even be the correct rider. There's so many crazies out there today, and it's better to be safe than sorry. We've heard the horror stories. There's a lot of bad things that happen in cars, rideshare cars. You just don't want to run into that mess. Mistake number 12, a lot of drivers do this. They take cash in exchange for rides. And a lot of drivers, I've even heard, they'll pick up the rider and be like, yo, hey buddy, you mind if you just cancel this ride and throw me, you know, $20 instead of doing it on the app? That way we're cheating Uber out of their commission. That's super illegal for safety reasons and for insurance reasons, because your auto company, you know, doesn't cover you being a commercial driver, right? So if they find out and you get into an accident, your passenger, like, it's a whole mess. So don't take cash rides. You can get deactivated for it too. Mistake number 13. I've made this mistake a lot. I've made most of these mistakes, by the way, guys. So if you've made these, you know, you're not alone. But you're talking too much to your passengers. Most passengers don't want to talk to you. They want to get in, go to work, right? They got to talk all day at work. They are trying to rest. They don't want to be like, oh gosh, I got to hear about my Uber driver's problems. Don't talk to your riders too much. You'll actually notice you get more tips and higher ratings. Mistake number 14, a lot of drivers play the wrong type of music. They'll be picking up somebody, you know, 2 p.m., whatever, somebody's, you know, getting off work, and they're blasting Lil Wayne. They're blasting some crazy offensive music. Not that Lil Wayne's offensive. He's a pretty cool guy. But they'll be blasting some music with cuss words and talking about twerking and this and that. And it's like the passenger, you know, they might be a Christian, I don't know, they might not want to listen to that type of music. And a lot, like, you'll end up getting a lot of reports. And why are you laughing? My camera person's cracking up.
You think Christian people can't listen to like rap music?
I thought they don't like cussing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. Okay, Christian people, you can listen to whatever you want. I'm sorry, I don't mean to judge. I should know this because well, I'm not really Christian, but I have been to church a couple times. I'm getting canceled, aren't I? Number 15 is driving dangerously or fast. Now, obviously, if you have a Tesla, your car will be zipping around. It's really tempting to just speed race all around. But when you're driving rideshare, you want to drive slow, follow the speed limit. For one, your passengers will appreciate it, being drive around more like a chauffeur experience rather than just zipping around. And number two, you'll get in less accidents, less tickets, less risk of, you know, getting to a fatal accident. You don't want to have a fatal experience. You want to survive. Mistake number 16 is a lot of drivers don't drive for both Uber and Lyft. We've made tutorial videos on how to drive for both Uber and Lyft at the same exact time. We've made, you know, in-depth videos on how to do this. But basically, sign up with both apps and go online on both apps. And then as soon as you get a ride with one, go offline on the other one. And then that way, you're waiting less in between rides and making potentially twice the amount of money. Number 17, a lot of drivers do this, and I've done this myself, but is eating out every single day. I know for me, it's so tempting, like, oh, I just made 60, 70 bucks driving Uber. I'm gonna go, you know, go to Chick-fil-A and spend $15. It's the last thing you wanna do. For one, you don't wanna be eating fast food because you're sitting down and it's just like unhealthy, because you're not burning any calories, you're just sitting there. And then number two, it's expensive. You'll find if you're eating out every day that you're wasting so much money when you could just be, you know, eat a meal before you leave your house. Bring a snack or, you know, pack a lunch. You know, try to keep your food levels way down so when you're driving rideshare, you're not wasting a lot of money on food. Okay, number 18, this is a big mistake, but it's not cleaning the inside of your vehicle. So as you can see here, Izzy, I actually keep my car pretty clean on the inside, but I don't worry too much about the outside. When your passengers get in, they want to have a really clean, you know, back seat, a really clean car on the inside. That's what they care about. They're going to be inside of the car for 90% of the time. You know, why should you care too much about the outside? A lot of drivers, they're washing their car every single day. They're washing their car every 2-3 days. Honestly, you probably only need to wash your car maybe once every 2 weeks. But clean the inside of your car a lot. And another trick you can do, is actually what I do, is I just spray down my car with water like every couple weeks. I don't even wash my car anymore because it's too expensive. So don't worry about that. Just get a little car vacuum and some sanitizing wipes, and you probably call it a day. Maybe go get your detail every few months, or go to a car wash every month or two. Okay, mistake number 19 is a lot of drivers actually end up getting deactivated over this, but it's having bad or expiring documents, your insurance, your car inspection. If you're still giving rides or trying to give rides, and your insurance expires, or your car's not inspected, or a background check, you could get deactivated for that. So make sure you just keeping up to date and keeping an eye on those dates of when you need to get your inspection renewed and all that. Number 20 is not greeting their passengers by their first name. When you get a passenger inside of your vehicle, you're gonna give them a first impression. And if you don't even acknowledge them, you don't even look back at them or look them in the camera mirror and say, you know, "Hi, Rebecca, how are you today?" That's all you have to do. You don't have to go ramble on about, you know, X, Y, and Z. You could just greet them by their first name and drive off. Most drivers, they don't even acknowledge you. You just get in and they start driving, or you get in and they start talking about politics. They don't even mention your name. Just, you know, say, "Hi, how are you today?" let's go. And just keep it simple and you get better ratings that way. Okay, mistake number 21 is not researching your market where you're driving. So if you're driving in Los Angeles, California, there are so many areas where, you know, you're getting higher paying rides like Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, Bel Air, Malibu. There's a lot of areas you don't want to drive in because it's either, you know, the rides aren't that good or it's super trafficy. Join a local Facebook group. Type in Los Angeles Uber. There should be a Facebook group. And ask them, hey, what are your guys' strategies? People love to talk and share their own tips and tricks. Mistake number 22 is buying a brand new car for Uber. You do not need a brand new car for Uber. You can actually go out and buy a car that's 10 years old and it works great. As long as it drives and it's got 4 doors, it qualifies. So don't fall into the, you know, trap of buying a brand new car, spending $30,000 on a brand new car. It's not worth that at all. Mistake number 23 is quitting your job and driving Uber full-time. A lot of drivers make this mistake and they soon realize that they aren't making as much money as they did before when they had a stable income. You want to make sure you start trying out being an Uber driver part-time. Drive 20 hours a week. Keep your old job. See if you can make it work. Don't just quit your job. So, okay, I'm going to drive Uber 60 hours a week. You'll soon realize that driving 8 to 10 hours a day is not as fun as you thought it would be. So don't quit your job and drive full time. You will regret it. Mistake number 24 is driving around looking for rides. You're going to waste gas, might waste electricity. You might put on extra miles on your car. You might even be driving away from your passengers. So if you just stay put, the rides will come, okay? Just open a book, read it, and wait until you get a ride request. They will come, I promise. Mistake number 25, I've made this mistake and I regret it till this day, but it's taking too many passengers than you have room for. So this car here, as you can see, it has room for 1 person in the front and 3 in the back. And in some areas, you're not even allowed to have anybody in the front seat. So potentially only 3 people. But what a lot of people do is they order a ride and they show up with 5, 6 people and say, hey, you're a cool Uber driver, right? You'll let us all in. We'll throw you an extra $2. You're getting scammed, bro, because those people should have ordered either an XL or 2 Ubers. Mistake number 26 is not taking enough breaks and getting enough sleep. When I drive for Uber, you know, I know my limits. After an hour of driving, I'm tired. At 2 hours of driving, I'm about to hit my limit. I need to pull over, you know, go to Starbucks, grab a coffee, take a little walk, do some stretches, and then start driving again. If you're driving for 4 or 5 hours straight without any breaks, you're gonna get burnt out. You're not gonna feel good. You know, it's not good for your health even. Many doctors say driving for long periods of time is really dangerous for you. You know, you could end up getting clogged blood clots, clogged arteries. Like, make sure you're getting exercise, proper sleep, because when you're sitting down all day, it's just not the best for your health. Mistake number 27 is not watching the Rideshare Hub. Izzy, don't you watch the Rideshare Hub on your spare time?
Yeah, I watch every day.
Yeah, we make a lot of awesome videos for Uber drivers, for Lyft drivers, other apps as well. And we cover a lot of different topics. You don't have to just watch us. There's a lot of other YouTube videos where people explain, you know, their strategies. This was one of the best things that I did when I first started, was watching other people and see what their strategies are, because you could learn a lot from other people. So yeah, if you have an extra, you know, few minutes in your day, check out our channel and check out a few of our videos. You might learn something that you didn't know. Number 28, this is a huge mistake that a lot of drivers make, could potentially cost you thousands of dollars per year, is not tracking your miles. When you're driving for Uber, they're only tracking miles of when you're on a trip. They don't actually track your miles like on your way home, or, you know, when you're going to get gas, which are all technically, you know, business miles. If you have a mileage tracker, like Solo does provide a mileage tracker with your membership when you sign up with our link down below, you could potentially write off all of those miles and save thousands of dollars on taxes. A lot of drivers are really smart. They tracking all their miles. They don't owe anything in taxes. And some drivers who don't track their miles, they owe all of a sudden at the end of the year, they didn't never wrote in their miles when they filled out on TurboTax. They're like, I owed $10,000 in taxes because they forgot to write off, they forgot to track their miles. So a lot of people even drive rideshare just to write off miles. So make sure you're tracking your miles. Oh yeah, and Solo actually does it automatically. Isn't that really cool, Izzy?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so what should they do? They should sign up with the link below?
Yeah, and if you use that link below, you get $15 sent to you.
True. Just gotta link up your gig account and they'll send it to you. Okay, mistake number 29. We're almost done, guys. So congrats, you made it almost to the end. But this one is not going the extra mile for your passengers. It's really important when you're driving rideshare just to do little, things like when you go to the airport, just, take the luggage out for them. It literally takes hardly any effort at all, but your passengers really do appreciate small things like that. You don't need to be, offering them candy bars or free waters or anything, but like I said, just, greet them by their name. Be a little bit extra nice. Ask them, hey, is the AC okay? Or do you want the AC on? Or, if it's cold out, be like, hey, do you want the heater on? Just, don't be excessive about it, but do little things that go a long way. Or, ask them if it's a long ride, for instance. You could say, hey, I know it's a long ride. Do you have any music preference? Or like little things like that just shows them that you do care. And, it could also just be as simple as keeping your car clean, right? It doesn't have to be anything verbal, but or driving safely. That's probably the best way to go the extra mile. Okay, number 30. This is the last mistake that drivers make, but they don't rent a car to drive for Uber or for Lyft. Uber and Lyft, you can actually have a rental car. If the car ever breaks down, just take it back and they swap you out with a new one. You don't have to pay for any, maintenance. You don't have to do any oil changes. You don't have to replace tires, nothing like that. And you don't have to pay for depreciation. Your car isn't going down in value because you're putting on miles on somebody else's car. So, and there's cheaper ones too. But yeah, look into getting a rental car if you don't have a car. Or if you have a nice car and you don't want to put a bunch of wear and tear on that car, you could just go rent a car, drive 100,000 miles on it, and give it back and just get a new one that has, I don't know, they'll probably give you a new one with like 20,000 miles on it. So anyways, my friends, those are the 30 mistakes that a lot of Uber drivers make. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Again, if you did enjoy it, please click the thumbs up button. And if you're interested in signing up, make sure to use our links below, and we'll have links for all the other things we talked about in today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.